Call this meeting in order. Will everyone please stand for the pledge of allegiance? Stand at the table. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and I'd like to welcome everyone here to our township special budget hearing, March 14th, 2024. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Duty.
Here.
Moyer. Here. President Kruger.
Here.
Trustee Newton.
Here.
Trustee Hoppy is absent.
I'll now entertain a motion that the board accept the agenda as presented. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by trustee Newton, supported by clerk Squires, that the board, that the agenda be accepted as presented. Is there any further board discussion on this motion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Thank you. The motion carries. I'll now entertain a motion that the board enter into a special hearing on the 2024-2025 general budget. I'll make that motion. Is there support? Motion by Supervisor Udi, supported by Clerk Squires, that the board enter into a special hearing on the 2024-2025 general budget. Is there any further board discussion on this motion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Okay, will the clerk read the motion?
The budget is based on an estimate of 0.9548 mils, generating approximately $336,594.19 to support the general fund. Also included in the final budget are the 3.03 mils fire EMS special assessment and 2.39 mils police special assessment, as reviewed at the public hearing held in August of 2023. Wage adjustments are being proposed for full-time, part-time, seasonal, and election workers. Board priorities included software update for the township offices, including implementing a cemetery program. Allocation of expenditures to ensure maintenance of current services, a raise for the township clerk, treasurer, supervisor, and trustee positions are being sought. General fund, cemetery, parks and rec, community park, marina, bond payments, and sanitation are being presented to the public for review and comment.
The budget summaries and the budget that we use, that's this document here, run a computer program called Cogitate, has been on the table for you to review. We'll take a couple of minutes and let you scan the documents in place. Okay. Does anyone have a question that they'd like to ask at this time? Yes, sir.
Elaborate on. Looks like $100,000. $100,883. That is. Fishing in. What is proposed for 2025, where that money's coming from to make that up. Where the 100,883, unless I'm reading wrong, is insufficient. There's more expenditure than we have from government. We're already making that money.
Larry, you want to take that?
The number here assumes that we spend every part of what's in the budget. In the budget, there are contingencies there for expenses that may occur, but we probably won't spend. So if we actually reduce some of the buckets based on a contingency for unknowns, there would be, a surplus here. But we included what we think is a reasonable expectation plus a contingency in many of the line items in here to give us the ability to make sure that we are able to take care of what needs come up. There's nothing at this point allocated for any large expenditures, but if we had to replace, say, the heating system, or like we're going to replace the well, we have it built into the system to do that. But if we don't replace it, then obviously we're going to spend lots less than what's on that line item.
Each of those line items has no contingency built in.
Some of them do, because of potential, what we think might be something we would incur within the next 12 months or longer. You can build up depending on what additional expenses there might be.
Expect to cover those expenses out of contingency rather than out of the fund balance.
Yeah.
Well, the contingency can be used to do that, but if it's in the fund balance and say we have money there to do it as presented in the budget, there won't be any transfer from the contingency. Does that make sense or not? I mean, say if we have to spend 10,000 and there's 20,000 in the budget, and we think one of that's something that, has come up that we needed to allocate for, there won't be any transfer of contingency. If it turned out to be 2,000 more than the budget, then we would take it out of the contingency.
Thank you.
Sure. Yes. No, I'm sorry. It's not posted yet.
It's not been posted to the website. It was available here in the office.
But after it's
After
approved.
tonight, I'll post it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point out too, real quick, while we're looking at that piece, the difference in the revenues. The actual there in 23, that huge difference is coming from the fact that it was ARPA money. It was counted into revenue. That was a one-time thing. So we won't see that happen again, and that's the big difference on the revenue side. And of course, just the general cost of goods going up as far as the expenditures.
Okay, if there are no other questions, I'll entertain a motion that we exit the special hearing.
Make that motion.
Is there support?
I'll support.
Motion by trustee Newton, supported by clerk Squires, that the board exit the special hearing on the 2024-25 budget. Is there any further discussion by the board on this motion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye. Opposed? Thank you. Is there any public comment at this time? Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yep. Okay, seeing no hands, I'll entertain a motion that the board adjourn at 6:17 PM.
I'll make that motion.
And I'll support that. Motion by trustee Newton, supported by supervisor Udi, that the board adjourn at 6:17 PM. Is there any further board discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye. Opposed? Thank you. We stand adjourned. Meeting will start at 6:30.